On today's Primetime Local News, City Council grants funding for 4 nonprofit organizations in the border city.
What would the city otherwise do if we didn't get services from those different parties?
And local students get hands-on experience in the world of bees and honey. Plus, selected leadership, why young producers are teaming up with veteran farmers.
Prime Time Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Good evening, I'm Judy Gabriel. We begin tonight with shocking news of a school threat in Kitscoty. RCMP responded to an alert of a male threatening to shoot up a school. While no specific school was named in the threat, the male was in close proximity to the E.H. Walter School. 51-year-old George Wade Bodner is in police custody and has been charged with 2 counts of uttering threats. RCMP have seized several firearms from his residence. A judicial interim release hearing has been held. He will appear in court on January 14, 2020. We will keep you updated on the story as we hear more. Well, City Council approved 4 of the 10 requests from local nonprofit organizations who presented at City Hall back in September. While there was hope for more groups to receive funding, Josh Ryan explains Council settled on the options the city is most responsible for.
Despite a number of worthy causes, only 4 nonprofits, Lloydminster SPCA, the Vic Juba Theatre, Lloyd Regional Archives Association, and Lloyd and Region Incubator Board were given immediate grant funding assistance.
What would the city otherwise do if we didn't get services from those different parties?
They all play a very vital role, and it's not that we're dishing out grant money. It's in essence to keep projects within the city moving forward that are directly tied to the city, but at the same time are arm's length from City Hall.
Council considered every request, but could only commit to those 4 because of budgetary concerns in 2020.
At the end of the day, that's where the decision landed on, but we would love to fund all of them if we could.
The full $75,000 requested by the SPCA was granted, a key contribution as they work towards a new building.
The SPCA provides a service to the city by contract, and we support them with an additional grant to ensure that they remain functionable and operationable from the dollars and cents side.
Vic Juba received $181,000, the Archives Association were just under $40,000, and the Incubator Board took in $80,000 in funding.
Juba was a project that the city's been involved in from day one, and we have some commitments.
Helping secure these grants will benefit each organization, while the others that were rejected can still receive funding through FCSS.
Although that's an entirely different process, but at the end of the day is funding provided by the city and supported by the province of Alberta.
Josh Ryan, Primetime Local News.
As we've seen throughout this year's harvest season, Mother Nature hasn't been too kind to farmers across the province. Now the County of St. Paul has declared a municipal state of agricultural disaster as of November 26th. About 35 to 40% of the county's annual crop has remained unharvested, and with the snow and cold weather, the leftover crop will likely remain in the ground till the spring. Not having enough of the crop harvested will have an impact on the farmers in the county.
The economical situation for the farmers is dire at this time, there's no doubt. But as far as the county, it's basically for the agricultural sector to realize that we do know how bad it is, and it's to basically inform the rest of the general public of how much of an economic impact this has on our agriculture.
This isn't the first time the County of St. Paul has declared an agricultural disaster. Back in 2017, a state of agriculture disaster was declared in the spring after the harvest season in 2016, which according to Cliff Martin, it's very similar to now.
It's basically the same thing. I mean, it's also awareness to AFSC that there is some concern among the farmers that the programs that they have are not meeting the needs of the farmers.
Since a lot of crops in the County of St. Paul remain in the ground this winter, the county is asking residents and visitors to be mindful when out hunting or doing any winter recreation activities, as vehicles and snowmobiles can damage the crop that is still in the ground. Well, grade 9 students are creating a buzz around their school and their community. Yesterday, students at E.S. Layard Middle School were selling honey to other kids as part of a fundraiser. Our Jasmine King has more.
E.S. Laird students who are in the Eco 9 class acted as worker bees Wednesday as they got a hands-on experience with bees and extracting honey as part of a fundraiser for their class.
Our students help to look after and run 4 beehives here at the school. So they learn the process of where bees come from, how they make honey, all that sort of stuff, the life cycle of the bees. They look after them, and then we extract the honey and sell it as a fundraiser for our program.
Students had an unbelievable time when they were dealing with the bees as they got a more personal interaction with getting the opportunity to make their own honey.
Once the bees make the honey and stuff, we bring the honey here. We basically open it up, and then we put it in the machine that we spin, and then we basically spin the honey out, and then the honey goes down this machine into a bucket that has a filter on it, basically to filter the honey.
The students not in the Eco 9 class swarmed the group as they all wanted a chance to buy honey or popcorn for the fundraiser, which is raising funds to give those students and members of the community an opportunity to learn more about bees.
One of our hopes is to bring things closer to the school so that not just the Eco 9 students can enjoy it, but the other students in the school can learn about it, the community can learn about it, can be involved in it. So we're building garden boxes out the back so that, again, the students in not just Eco 9, but in the rest of the school can learn about growing vegetables and stuff.
One student realized that bees aren't as bizarre as she once thought, and they are often associated with a lot of misconceptions.
I'm probably just gonna help volunteer more and bring more awareness to bees and stuff, because bees aren't all that vicious and all that. People just have misconceptions about them.
A lot of the students thought making honey was the bee's knees, and they'll be selling honey again later on in the school year. Jasmine King, Primetime Local News.
From start to finish, Nelson Lumber provides contractors and do-it-yourselfers alike with any materials needed to complete your home. Eric Bay has more in this week's Business Bio.
Celebrating 70 years, Nelson Lumber has expanded over that time, continuing to grow along with the needs of their customers.
We're celebrating our 70th anniversary this year. When we first started out back in 1949, we were just one retail lumber yard. Since that time, over the last 70 years, we've grown to include 4 retail lumber yards, a manufactured homes division, which kicked off in 1958, also 3 roof truss divisions as well.
Whether working on a major reno or just routine maintenance around the house, Nelson Lumber has all the materials needed to complete any project that comes up.
We provide everything from the first nail to maybe a doorbell that goes into a house, or anything from fences, decks, basements, roofing, roof trusses, anything to do with building a home or anything like a pole barn or anything like that. We provide all of that material.
On top of materials, Nelson Lumber also provides helpful advice for people looking to tackle a project themselves.
We actually deal with contractors as well as the do-it-yourselfer, the homeowner that wants to come in and look at our wide array of products. We provide some estimating services for people that want to maybe build a garage or a deck or a fence, as well as everything in between.
Anyone looking to begin a project is encouraged to stop by the store to learn more. And that's this week's BioClean Business Bio.
Business Bio, brought to you by BioClean. Call the Bio Team, 1-833-246-8326. The Disaster Specialists.
And now we head out to our Eric Bay, who is live on location today.
On a tree here at Lakeland College, and now I'm joined by Mona Smith, and you are with Lakeland College, and you guys have worked to design a tree right here behind us, in fact. So can you tell us a little bit about the tree and I guess the thought process going into it?
Sure. We were invited last year, Eric, to participate in a Festival of Trees, and their theme last year was really fitting for my position. I'm facilitator of music, art, and drama, and last year's theme was Winter Symphony. So once we participated in that, we wanted to, or they reached out to us again this year and asked if we would be part of Festival of Trees. And when we heard the theme, Once Upon a Tree, we kind of thought, well, let's do Once Upon a Dream. Our students come to Lakeland College with lots of dreams and aspirations, and then when we tried to sort that out, we really decided that we would focus on our wrestlers, on our Lakeland College athletes. So our tree this year is very reminiscent of our coaches, our athletes, some of the accomplishments that our teams have had, and it's a very personal tree. It has lots of photos from past and present athletics, and so yeah, we were really proud to put this tree together and top it off with a wrestler's toque and showcase those athletes.
Definitely very appropriate. Now, you did mention how you guys were involved a little bit last year, but this year you're actually hosting. So talk a little bit about, I guess, the reasons you guys are getting involved here with a cause like this.
Sure. Well, one of our core values at Lakeland College is to be involved in the community and develop great community relationships and partnerships. And certainly the work that the Festival of Trees does enables us to do that and fulfill that value that we have. So this year, again, the Festival of Trees is supporting the Richard Larson Foundation at the Lloydminster Science and Cultural Center. And it's a really unique partnership. It really goes full circle with us. Our Street Rod Technology program has been involved in helping refurbish the fire truck that's featured out front at our main entrance this year, as well as then our ability to partner and showcase our facility a little bit to the community.
Definitely a very great cause for sure, and seeing the truck coming in, it looks amazing. And
Yeah,
thank you tonight for taking the time with us here, and enjoy this evening.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Happy holidays.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to have some more from back here again at Lakeland College, continuing with this year's Festival of Trees. But before that, we're going to head back into the studio.
It is currently -6 here in Lloydminster with fairly heavy cloud coverage. It was a little bit clear this afternoon and late this morning, which was also nice. There is periods of light snowfall for this evening. About 2 centimeters of snow is expected to fall. The wind's coming at 20 kilometers per hour from the east-southeast, making it feel like closer to -17 with that wind shield. Across the region, -8 in Cold Lake and Edmonton, -12 in Red Deer, Edson, and Whitecourt, -13 in Athabasca, and -16 in Jasper and Rocky Mount House. And on the Saskatchewan side, -7 in Meadow Lake and Saskatoon, and then -8 in Prince Albert, Melfort, and out in North Battleford. And overnight in North Battleford, they will experience some snow overnight, and the temperature will be -9 with that wind coming down 10 kilometers from 30 to 20 kilometers per hour coming in from the east-southeast, which will then drop down to 15 kilometers per hour tomorrow, coming in from the east-southeast at 15, with a daytime high of -6 and chance of snow in the morning. In Cold Lake, it should be a fairly clear night with the temperature dropping to -13 degrees, with that wind staying at 11 kilometers per hour coming in from the east-southeast, which will drop to 9 kilometers per hour coming in from the east-southeast tomorrow, with a daytime high of -8 and mostly cloudy skies. Here in Lloydminster, as I said before, we are going to experience about 2 centimeters of snow this evening, and the temperature will drop to -11, and the wind will significantly drop to 9 kilometers per hour coming in from the east-southeast, which will carry in over to tomorrow with a daytime high of -7 and a low of -11 and fairly cloudy skies throughout the whole day. And then on Saturday, it should be a fairly sunny day with just some cloud coverage throughout the day with a high of -8 and a low of -11. And then on Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of -6 and a low of -12. That wraps up your 3-day forecast. We'll have more news coming up after the break.
Welcome back. 6 producers across Saskatchewan will be taking part in the Agricultural Producer Association of Saskatchewan's Youth Leadership and Mentorship Program, including a local farmer near Lashburn. Eric Bay has more in this week's Agriculture Report.
Devin Walker is one of the people selected for this year's APAS Youth Leadership and Mentorship Program, which pairs participants with an older mentor and gives them experience working with APAS.
The reasons I got involved with the Youth Leadership Mentorship Program was I am currently a APAS rep for our municipality, and I got to see firsthand the program and some of the benefits that other people see from it, increased networking, leadership, on a boardroom level. You get to see the internal workings of how a farm policy group functions.
The program also sends participants to Ottawa for the Canadian Federation of Agriculture's AGM, and Walker's looking forward to speaking with MPs and gaining their perspective while in Ottawa.
Part of the experience that is kind of the carrot of the mentorship program is a trip to Ottawa, to Parliament Hill. We'll get to go there. I'm told we get to tour around a bit and meet different MPs and sit in on the House. And it'll be interesting to see how I'll gain a better respect of what it takes to be an MP.
Currently working with APAS, Walker has seen what past youth leadership and mentorship program participants have done and is looking forward to his chance in the program.
In the past with the mentorship program, from me being on the outside looking in, I've met a great group of young ag producers across the province, from cattle backgrounds to people who farm in the north part of the province to the south and everywhere in between. Really benefits me to see other producers who are kind of in the same shoes as me but have different challenges. It helps put agriculture in perspective for me.
28 producers have taken part in the program since it began in 2014. Eric Bay, Primetime Local News.
This Ag Report is brought to you by the Lloydminster Co-op Agro Center. Depend on them for product, tools, and expert advice. Shop at your local Lloyd Co-op Agro Center with branch locations in Lashburn and Neilburg.
Now here are your agriculture prices for today.
We're a part of less than 5% of Canadian auto body shops and Lloydminster's only locations with certified collision care recognition at City Centre Auto Body.
Eight days ago, the fire was lit, placing NHL coaches in the hot seat. The spark? Mike Babcock getting fired. What followed after? No one could have guessed.
After the firing of Babcock, players and sources started stepping up and releasing stories about him. Most popular, one with then-rookie Mitch Marner. Marner was asked to make a list of the laziest players on the team at the current time. Babcock then told the players who were on the bottom of the list.
He did apologize after, and I think he knew that, he was mistaken for what he did, but people want to share their stories, do it. If they don't want to hold it in, then it's your story to tell.
And earlier this week, there was more fuel for the fire. Bill Peters is on the hot seat for alleged comments and actions. He's being accused of hitting his players and saying racial slurs directed towards players. Peters wrote a letter to his current GM yesterday, highlighting he did use the offensive language 10 years ago and that he's sorry and he accepts the consequences. Within the 10 years since his dressing room altercation, things have changed in every league of hockey.
Everything's evolved, and it has changed in big ways. The way that we play hockey on the ice has changed from 10 years ago when I was in junior, and it's all changed. And you look at social media now too. That if you say one thing, it's around the world in a matter of seconds. So
the newest coaches taking fire, the Sutter brothers. Brent and Daryl have faced comments from former NHLer Dan Carcillo. Carcillo called both Sutters out on Twitter, saying they were abusive and allowed other players to be abusive. We'll have more on the coaching story as it continues to unfold.
And now to our Abby St. John, who's got the weather.
Thanks, Evan. Well, taking a look at our satellite radar, there's nothing really too severe on the Alberta side, but as we do head into closer into this evening, we'll experience some snowfall, which it will produce about 2 centimeters of snow on the ground for tomorrow. But down in North Battleford, Macklin, and Maidstone did see a lot of quite a bit of heavy snowfall over the past couple of hours and into this evening as well. Current temperatures across the region, -9 here in Lloydminster, as well as in Maidstone, Meadow Lake, Pearson, and Isla Cross, -8 in Green Lake and North Battleford, -10 in St. Walburg, and -7 out in Macklin. And on the Alberta side, -8 in Provost, Marwayne, and Cold Lake and Edmonton, -9 in Wainwright and Vermilion, -6 in Vegreville, -12 in St. Paul, -13 in Lac La Biche. And taking a look at tomorrow, daytime high of -7 here in Lloydminster, as well as in Provost, Wainwright, Vermilion, Edmonton, Marwayne, Bonnyville, and Lac La Biche, -6 in Vegreville, and -8 in St. Paul and in Cold Lake. And on the Saskatchewan side, -7 in Maidstone and Pearson, -6 in Macklin, North Battleford, Meadow Lake, and Green Lake, -8 in St. Walburg and in Isla Cross. Overnight across the region, a lot of places are going to experience some snow overnight. Meadow Lake, Provost, Mirnam, Paradise Hill, Unity, and Wainwright all expected to have some snowfall overnight. And then Bonnyville, Isla Cross, and Pearson are looking a little bit clear, especially in Isla Cross. They're going to have a fairly clear evening, and temperatures are ranging between -14 and -9 for overnight. Your school day forecast for tomorrow at 8 a.m. will be -10 with mostly cloudy skies. And then at recess in the morning, we'll also possibly experience some light snowfall, which will clear off by midday. And then recess at -9 with mostly cloudy skies. And then it'll continue at -9 around lunchtime. And then by the time school is out, it'll still have that cloudy sky with -8 to finish off your school day. And then a low of -11 for tomorrow. And then on Saturday, it'll be a mix of sun and cloud with a high of -8 and a low of -11. And then a mix of sun and cloud on Sunday with a high of -6 and a low of -12. And then to start your week off on Monday, it'll be a mix of sun and cloud as well with a high of -2 and a low of -11. And then we get above 0 on Tuesday with a high of +3 and a low of -5 with a mix of sun and cloud, a little bit more sunnier than Monday and Sunday. And then on Wednesday, we get even more sun with a high of -2 and a low of -5. And then we get right back to a cloudy day on Thursday with a high of -4 and a low of -10. That wraps up your 7-day forecast. We'll have more news and the question of the day coming up after the break.
Back here tonight at Lakeland College, and we are taking in this year's Festival of Trees. The theme is Once Upon a Dream, and I'm joined now by Natalie Clydesdale with the LCSC. And now the funds here raised tonight are going towards the Richard Larson Bar Colony Foundation. So first off, can you tell us a little bit about the foundation?
So the Richard Larson Bar Colony Foundation is a non-profit organization that raises money for restoration and preservation of art, culture, and history at the Lloydminster Cultural and Science Centre. And the Festival of Trees is their largest annual fundraiser.
And now again, obviously you say largest annual fundraiser, so pretty big for the foundation, but can you talk a little bit about what the funds raised here from stuff like this fundraiser here, what it kind of goes towards?
Well, in the past, the restoration projects usually are architectural restoration. Rendell House was the largest project that they've ever undertaken as far as I'm aware. But this year it's kind of different. We have a restored fire truck, 1947 fire truck, actually in front of Lakeland College, and it's the first time that the foundation is able to bring the truck or the restoration projects to the Festival of Trees as an example of their work.
Definitely very cool. And now obviously we've talked a little bit too about how many people actually do work for the foundation, make sure to take care of this stuff. So just talk, I guess, about all the work that does go in behind the scenes too to put something like that on and get it here for tonight.
Well, there's the monetary funds that are raised, but also there's the volunteer hours that go into the restoration projects. So the Heritage Society helps out. There's a subcommittee for Festival of Trees that organizes, and then the foundation coordinates.
All right, well, thank you for taking the time here tonight. We appreciate that, and enjoy the rest of this evening.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to have some more from back here again, continuing with this year's Festival of Trees, checking out everything that is going on here throughout the show. But before that, we're going to head back into the studio.
celebrations. The U.S. are having their Thanksgiving. Of course, the question of the day was, although we've had our Canadian Thanksgiving, do you still look forward to the American Thanksgiving festivities? I think a lot of people do, because we've got the Black Friday, we've got Cyber Mondays, which, you know, we recommend people to buy, you know, local, but people participate in that, and I think it's festive and lots going on over the weekend.
Especially going online. We don't celebrate Black Friday as crazy as the US. I don't think if you go to a Black Friday sale in Canada, you're going to get trampled to death.
Yeah.
So it's definitely toned down here, but we do get to reap all those rewards and all those sales that all these chain stores put on, and even online too. It's so easy. Amazon has Cyber Monday, and it's always amazing to get the gadgets you want to get for what you want. But a lot of our comments said no. They don't care for any of the celebrations, not Black Friday, not the NFL games that are on today.
Really?
No parade, no Cyber Monday, so.
See, I'd have to say I don't believe that, because they're probably partying. People love the fact that football is here. We get a lot of different games to watch, right? And because of the fact that, you know, they're having their celebrations and festivities.
And having 3 NFL games in one day, it's just, and all spaced out so you can watch all 3 is
And I know you're a football fan, so I know you're going to be watching.
Oh, I've been watching. I'm still watching.
You're going to have your little turkey, too, on the side to celebrate that way, no?
No turkey.
No?
Not a fan, but huge fan of the 3 football games today.
Yeah, and I'm a huge fan of celebrating in terms of the Black Friday and Cyber Mondays. I do.
Yes.
I like it. I think a lot of people celebrate, or they go online and they purchase, and, you know.
Yeah, it's perfect for Christmas presents. Yeah. Get those out of the way, and you get them on sale. Perfect. If you have an Amazon Prime, you can get those delivered in a day.
Oh, I like that.
So these are great things to celebrate without, you know, the chaos of the United States.
Yeah, and one thing we can celebrate are these pets that you guys have sent. Thank you for sending them for a chance to win a gift card from the Pet Pad. Take a look at these beauties.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
Today I'm joined here with Megan Petrikowski with the Candyland Ladies Tea that's coming up in a short week. Megan, thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome.
I was reading up about this event, and it looks so much fun and just an awesome way for women to give back and just enjoy the evening.
Yes.
So can you just tell me just a little bit about the ladies' dinner?
Okay. We've been having a ladies' dinner night for probably the last 10 years. And for the last 3 years, well, I think it's been 3 years, we started to do an angel tree project and then linking it with the ladies' tea. So at the ladies' dinner night, when it first started, it was actually just a tea and doing a craft, and now it's like a full-blown ladies' party night. Yeah. We do have a lot of fun. We have a guest speaker. We're having an auction, which all the proceeds to the auction we are this year giving to our Angel Tree Project, which is going to help families in Zimbabwe. We have a couple in our church right now who are from there, and so we have personal links there where they are going to be handing out blankets and rice and just the necessities, because it's a really just difficult time there right now.
And you mentioned that this has been going on for over a decade, and it's went from just a small tea to a big blown event. How have you been able to get people coming back and keep these women wanting to come back every year?
Well, first of all, the ladies in our church are just awesome. And every time I say that, well, maybe we shouldn't do it this year, they're like, no, we have to do the ladies' dinner night. And so they just invite their family, invite their friends. And these people they want to come back. We have people who just come back for the ladies' dinner night. We have a guest speaker. We have music. This year we're having turkey enchiladas, which is going to be so good. And it's just a really fun night. There's prizes for the best dress, which with the Candyland theme, I mean, you can dress up as cotton candy or donut or whatever you want. And everyone just comes and has so much fun. And it's just a blast. So we just keep doing it, and the ladies help me decorate. And it's just a lot of fun. And it's just a way to say thank you to our church ladies, because they do so much, and we just get to give back. And now we're going to help Zimbabwe this year, which is really exciting. And so I'm just excited about it.
It does sound like an amazing event that has grown so much in a short amount of time. Tell me a little bit about the guest speaker that will be in attendance that night.
Okay, we're having Esther Gooding in, and she is from Globe, Arizona. They're an older couple in our fellowship of churches. We have like 2,500 churches around the world, and they have just been pillars in our whole fellowship for a very long time. So I first met the Goodings when we went on our trip to Israel, and they actually spoke at our Chilliwack Bible Conference last year, and so I got to really get to know her a lot better. And I needed somebody to come and speak for the ladies' tea, and someone suggested you should call Esther. And so I did, and she's like, oh yes, I would love to come. And so I'm really excited. She has a lot of wisdom to give, and she'll minister to the ladies and just bless the whole evening. So I'm really excited.
And is there anything this year that is a little bit different from years past, or will the ladies who attend expect pretty much the same as years?
It'll probably be very similar to last year's, where last year was the first year where we had an auction. And so people bring items to be auctioned, and then all the ladies there get to bid on it. And one of the guys from our church is going to be the auctioneer. And it's just so much fun. We get to hold up little signs and bid. And we thought about doing like a silent auction, but no, everybody wanted to hold up their little sticks with their numbers and bid. And so it's just going to be a lot of fun. Something different, I guess, is that we're giving to Zimbabwe this year. The last 2 years with our Angel Tree Project, we actually helped single moms and dads who don't have a significant other and help them with buying Christmas presents for their kids. And it was more like local. This year, because of the need in Zimbabwe, we decided to go that route instead. But we are open to just helping people wherever we can.
Of course. And really quickly before we wrap up, you mentioned that there's only 9 tickets left.
Yes.
So if anyone would like to attend and purchase a ticket, or if they just want to donate, when is the event? Where is it? The times, and how can people get those last tickets?
Okay, it's December 6th, which is a Friday night. And it starts at 6:30 p.m. and basically you better plan the whole evening. We wrap up kind of late sometimes, but it's so much fun. They can call me at 306-821-7595 to book their tickets. They can pay for it. We do through e-transfer. It's givinglloyd@gmail.com. So they can give through that. If they don't want to purchase a ticket and come to the event, they can still give through that thing, but I would appreciate a phone call. I can give you a charitable receipt if you call me first and I get your information, because we do need your name, address, phone number, that kind of thing. So.
All right, well, perfect. Thank you so much for coming in and explaining this awesome sounding event. It should be a lot of fun for a very, very great cause.
It's going to be a blast. We have so much fun every year, and thanks for inviting me.
Of course,
really nice.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
There's a number of activities taking place this weekend that will really get you in the Christmas spirit, including Tom Jackson live on stage at the Vic Juba Community Theatre. He's in town tomorrow night with the Huron Carol, and you'll hear some great Christmas songs and also some really heartfelt stories as well from Tom Jackson and the rest of the folks that are a part of the Huron Carol this year. There are still a few tickets available. You can get them online, vicjubatheatre.ca, and a portion of the proceeds are going to help out the Olive Tree and the Salvation Army Food Bank. Saturday, bring the family to the Lloydminster Cultural and Science Centre. They'll be hosting their annual Winter Spectacular and so many different activities for you to take part in. There's going to be an opportunity for you to make a couple of different crafts inside the Lloydminster Cultural and Science Centre. They're also going to have a cookie decorating, an opportunity for you to take a wagon ride, and also an opportunity to have a visit with Santa. Plus, there's going to be hot chocolate and more. Admission is by donation coming up on Saturday. And coming up on Sunday, Marwayne hosts their annual Light Up Marwayne event. Things will get underway at 4 o'clock. It's an opportunity to head out, play a little bit of hockey, go for a free sleigh ride. There's going to be some great live entertainment. Tim and Sheila Gibbs will be there, and Santa is going to make an appearance as well. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, I hope you have a great one. I'm Heather Klegus, and that's what's happening.